Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. It's January 21st, 2024. And my favorite American football team just won their second round playoff match versus Green Bay Packers. They were down the whole game. It was real dicey. It was raining. Hold on, I'm getting something ready. What the hell do I have up here? The Spanish Empire, Mexico and the Chinese had a lucrative partnership in the 1500s in trade. Maritime trade between Ming China with Spanish Philippines across the Pacific Ocean to Spanish Mexico earned both empires a lot of wealth. Okay. This isn't about that. Oh, well, something else I was just doing randomly at some point. The Spanish-American War was a conflict between the United States and Spain that lasted from April 21st, 1898 to April 13th, 1898. Shout out Puerto Rico and Guam. Two territories America got after that war. All right, LinkedIn. Fuck LinkedIn. My Gmail. Fuck my Gmail. Google Translate, fuck that. More of this thing. Sibo represents the Mob Figures 1999 album. Actually incredible. The Mob Figures are one of my favorite hip-hop rap groups of all time. Shaka, rest in peace. He's dead now, so the Mob Figures are incomplete. Just like Wu-Tang with OD, Old Dirty Bastard, being expired. They are incomplete. But the Jacka, Hustler, AP9, Ryder J. Clyde, FedEx, the Mob Figures, 5 Fools, now 4. Dope. All right. This is about my top 10. If it loads, come on. If my top 10 losses of American sports. Come on. What in the world? All right, I'm just gonna have to freestyle on this then. 30 degrees C is like 100 degrees Fahrenheit. See, my computer's not working. Rosario. Everywhere I go, there's some hater, yo. And I'm not talking about an individual personality. I'm talking about Wi-Fi and technology. There's these strings that control everything. I'm from Silicon Valley, man. We invented this shit, man. All right. As my Taiwanese computer turns back on, it's hot as fuck in here, 90 degrees. The computer's not working for my podcast. I'm gonna turn on the fan.
What do you mean the computer isn't working?
Just my Facebook isn't loading. No, you're on the episode. Hello.
I'm not going to be on an episode.
You want to sit?
No.
Cheers to the Niners. All right, let's try this again. The ghosts in the machine.
What are you recording on?
My phone. And I'm going to put this on my second YouTube channel
What?
that nobody watches.
And what is that?
I have no idea. I was going to create it in like a month. It's kept coming up on my calendar. All right, the computer's not working. Facebook at me. All right. Let's talk about my top 10 or 14, I forget what it was, angry moments in sports. Yes. All right, here we go. This is what the podcast is about. 4 minutes and 8 seconds, we're into it. Number 1. 2016 Golden State Warriors lost in Game 7 to the Cleveland Cavaliers and LeBron. They had the most wins of any NBA team ever that year. It was Kobe Bryant's last season. And the Golden State Warriors were playing LeBron and his Cleveland Cavaliers, which beat them the year before in the finals. And it came down to Game 7. And crazy Kyrie Irving hit a 3 right after LeBron blocked Andre Iguodala on the backboard of a crazy, crazy fucking sequence in Oakland, California, and sealed the win for the 2016 Cleveland Cavaliers. Warriors lost. My number one anger. Number two, 2011, 49ers lost to the New York Giants in the NFC Championship game. 2011, 2012, I forget exactly. Hold on. Let me find the score to that. Actually, let's find the score to both of those. All right, Game 7, Warriors versus Cavs, 2016 was, it's one, actually, okay, as a sports fan, it's one of the most incredible sequences in all of sports. It was crazy. All right, this was on June 16th, and the Cleveland Cavaliers won 93-89. I was living in Portland, Oregon. Yeah, and I watched that, and I couldn't fucking believe it. And I even have a shirt that says 73 wins, the best team ever. All right, next game. Number 2 worst loss. New York Giants versus 49ers. NFC Championship. Yeah, here we go. 20-17. January 22nd, 2012. So it was a 2011 season, but they just put this Russian shit on me, man. It's like burning my head. So I lost like $300, $150, $180, $200, $400, I forget. But I bet this fucking guy from Staten Island that worked at my work that the Niners were gonna win. And then I saw him on the goddamn subway, the 6 train or 4 train in Manhattan. And he came up to me and he was like, "Where's my money for the win?" And I had to give him the fucking cash. I had it on the fucking subway. And the Niners had 3 terrible turnovers in this game. And they ended up losing by 3 points. This was, my ladies and gentlemen, 12 years ago. All right, that was terrible. Number 3 worst loss was okay. 20. We can search up online. That's the best part. Seattle Seahawks. I hate the fucking Seahawks. I was living in fucking New York with a bunch of Giants fans with that fucking loss. When there was a chance to go to the Super Bowl for Alex Smith and the fucking amazing 49ers with their amazing coach at the time, who's the coach of Michigan now. Seahawks versus 49ers. When was that? 2014, 2013? I don't know. 2013 NFC Championship game in Seattle with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line. The Seahawks won 23-17, 4-point loss. So I was in my apartment in Portland, Oregon. All right, number one, I was in Oregon, watched the Warriors lose to the Cavs. I think I was by myself at the time. Number 2, I was in New York. I was also by myself. Lost a bunch of money. That's my second most angry loss ever. Number 3, I was not by myself. So I was in my apartment complex who had free beer during the game, which was nice. They used to throw like these little parties. And it was cool because, like, you know, shit, I'm paying a bunch of rent. I'm going to drink your beer that you offer and go to your parties. So they had this big screen TV. And most of the people there were Seahawks fans. And there was these 2 really crazy dudes from Washington State. They were going to some college. And they were studying to be lawyers at Lewis and Clark University. And one of the guys was a real jerk. And he touched my lady on her leg and butt or something during the game.
Nobody ever touched me. The story is not true.
Okay, but anyways, they were being total dicks, and they
Mark,
were going
this
for the
is
Seattle.
fake news.
So I opted for the second half to watch it on my own. I was sick of these fucking guys. I didn't like these guys. And they had a really, really controversial, horrible call on defense of the Niners. The sports television.
This isn't a podcast, this is a rant.
This is a rant.
A podcast is a
So the Niners, all right, the Niners, 49ers, stripped the quarterback, Russell Wilson, of the ball. It was a fumble.
Don't put those on.
And the refs, oh, I'm sorry. The guy who stripped the ball in Willis, I believe it was his name, in 2013, this is 11 years ago now. Wow, that's a long time ago. He broke his leg. No, he got an ACL tear. He tore his knee up in process of, he sacrificed his body to get the ball. And the refs, they never explained it. I've never seen an explanation for this. They gave the ball back to Seattle, and they scored and won the game. I'll never forget it.
Just rant.
And then a bunch of Seattle fans before that were gonna beat me up, and I hate Seattle. They won the Super Bowl that year. The next year they lost the Super Bowl, so that was pretty funny. But all right, doesn't matter. The pass is over. That was number 3. Number 4, 2020. I was in Manchester, England. Yeah, Manchester, England. The game started about midnight, 12:30, something like that. I watched it with all my might. Beyonce, it was a 49ers versus Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl championship game. Beyonce was the halftime show. Was she? Maybe not.
You know, it's a teleprompter.
Who was the halftime show? Well, that's halftime. This was right before COVID started. Halftime show, Super Bowl 2020. This was on February 2nd, 2020. I was in England, Manchester.
Okay.
It was Shakira and J-Lo, sorry.
Be honest.
Beyonce was another one, yeah. Beyonce was at number 5 worst sports loss of my life. We're on number 4. So Patrick Mahomes and all his fucking talent.
Our friend's ready to go, so we might have to make this a part dose. For joining the podcast.
Where's he?
Rants with Ray.
Rants with Ray.
Change the name.
Wait, come on.
Nope.
I'm not on a live right now. I have to talk about this game. All right, the 49ers,
I'll ask.
my team was in the championship fucking round. The championship game versus Kansas City. And Kansas City is a really good quarterback. You can't take the ball. They were, okay, yes, I remember this. This is why it's so angry to me. They were winning 20-10. February 3rd, 2020. I was in England. This was right before COVID. Fuck the world. Like 1 month earlier.
You can't say that anymore. They take it your channel. You have to say C.
I'm sorry. The C.
Or you have to say something else. You can't say that.
Leave me alone.
Don't talk to me like that.
Sorry. The Niners lost 31-20. They were up 20-10 and lost it. All right. My hated loss number 5 is from 2012. I was living in New York. 49ers versus Ravens Super Bowl. When was this? I think this is the one where Beyonce was in it. Yes. Okay. Beyonce was a halftime show. Colin Kaepernick was the star of the 49ers. Controversial Kaepernick. This
You can't say that
was...
either anymore.
Shush! 34-31 loss. February 3rd, 2013. Fuck! I walked, the next day, I decided, I had the day off work, I walked around Brooklyn for like 9 hours. I was so angry that they lost this Super Bowl. They almost came back and won. 2013. Still bothers me. All these things. Talked about mental health. Silly things.
Silly, Ray.
All right, number 6, we're going to have to go into the archives because I don't remember the exact date. But I cried when this
This
happened.
one was 1993. I was 4 years old, and I barely remember it, but I guess I'm going to say it.
All right, so me and my dad, I was always Mike Tyson when we would watch, and I would play like I was Mike Tyson, and my dad would play like he was the other boxer, and I would go on my knees, and he would go on his knees, and we'd pretend like we're boxing while we were watching it. It was fucking fun shit. Where'd you go? All right, you don't want to be in it no more. This was in, all right, February 11th, 1990. Wow, I thought it was the 1980s. Buster Douglas, billed as Tyson is Back, was a professional boxing match that occurred in the Tokyo Dome. Wow, it's in Japan. That's nuts. I have no idea. I don't remember. I was 8, 7, 6. I remember this because Mike Tyson was undefeated undisputed heavyweight champion, then undefeated Tyson, lost by knockout.
Wait, you couldn't watch wrestling, but they made you let me watch boxing?
Yeah, wrestling, WWF is fake, boxing is real fighting.
It's ridiculous. Move on.
Mike Tyson is my favorite boxer, and the fight is widely regarded as the biggest upset in boxing history.
We have 30 minutes before we need to be at church. So
Church?
we need to be at church.
I fucking went in the shower after this fight and cried my eyes out. I showered and cried. I was 8, 7 years old. I couldn't believe it.
Like
My hero, Mike Tyson.
Well, he bit someone's ear off.
That was
So that's
long after this. How did he lose this fight? Like, what in the world? Was it compromised by gambling? Who knows what happened?
Like he was a wild.
All right, number 7 and 8. We're going to another hero of mine from the long ago past. So I'm gonna have to look up the dates. Michael Jordan, Bulls versus Pistons, 1987 playoffs. All right, so I was a huge Michael Jordan fan. The Golden State Warriors weren't shit in these days. Let's put it in AI. Maybe it wasn't 1987. 86-87. Michael Jordan averaged 40 points per game. Wow. In the 1987 playoffs in 6 games versus the Pistons. In 1987-88 and 1989-90, okay, those were the 2 years. Jordan averaged 30 points per game, 7.1 rebounds, 5.96, and 18 games against the Pistons. In 1987, Jordan scored 61 points in a 125-120 overtime victory over the Pistons. This angered Pistons coach Chuck Daly, who vowed to never let Jordan score so many points again. All right, hold on. Chicago Bulls playoff history, but I need to get specific here. So when I was first cracking into my memory banks of a basketball fan, I was like, this dude, Michael Jordan, is shit. I'm a fan of this person. But Michael Jordan, in all his fame and glory, had no championship. Yeah, okay. So 1987, 1988. Jordan, 3 years in a row. All right. I remember all this. So it wasn't just 2 years. So we're going to have to go 7, 8, 9 or mix them all together of my worst losses. 87-88, second round of the playoffs. Chicago Bulls and Michael Jordan lost to the Detroit Pistons 4-1. 1988-89, this is the definite time of one of my worst and most hated losses. Chicago Bulls and Michael Jordan lost 2-4. 4-2 versus the Detroit Pistons, who ended up winning the championship that year. 89. 1990, 1989. When was this? I don't know, June or May maybe. This was the semifinal round to go to the final championship game, and then Jordan lost with the Bulls. The next year, 1989 to 1990, Jordan lost again to the same team in Game 7. Oh, this made me mad. I was like 7 years old, 8. I couldn't believe it. I was like, this guy needs to go fucking to the championship. What is happening? I was so angry. And then Detroit Pistons never made it, in this era at least, to the championship match again, the finals. And Jordan won after this, after my 3 years of anger. Jordan won 3 years in a row. Then he retired for a bit, came back, and won 3 more years in a row. 6 total championships. Talk about redemption from 3 years of my anger. All right. We're almost done. Number 9. San Francisco Giants lost it. We're going to baseball. San Francisco Giants with Barry Bonds, one of my all-time best players of my life, lost to the Anaheim, California, Los Angeles Angels in this Game 7 in 98th World Series of 2002. Fuck, that fucked me up. My dad went to one of those games. Yes? I was so pissed about that. I was watching on TV. I don't know if I watched every game. 2002, I was a little bit of a crazy man. But my dad and his friend John, no, they won in Game 6. Yeah, so they blew it. Basically, Barry Bonds, in all his steroid glory, I don't care what he did. He was such a great player. He didn't get a World Series, and this was his one chance. 2002, didn't get it.
Mess with the bat.
I don't know what he
A lot of
did.
players you like cheat.
A lot of players I like do cheat. All right, number 10.
Didn't everyone make
Hockey, ice hockey. I was in Penang, Malaysia, Georgetown, and also Bali, Indonesia in this time. No, I'm sorry.
Oh, get your dates right.
Sorry, that was another San Jose Sharks loss. They lost in this. That was another anger of mine.
Oh, God. Follow along for
Portland, Oregon, 2016. San Jose Sharks and the Golden State Warriors both made the final game in the fucking same year, final round, and they both lost. And the San Jose Sharks lost to the Pittsburgh Penguins. I watched every game. I was drinking. I was the whole playoffs. I was watching hockey, basketball, hockey, basketball, hockey, basketball, hockey, basketball. It was amazing.
When has that ever happened since?
Never has happened.
Yeah. The Sharks are poo-poo now.
Never has happened ever. Shout out to Dustin, my good friend Dustin, his dad, big Sharks fan. I'm not an expert in hockey, but the whatever happened, the Pittsburgh Penguins had more juice, more experience, and being this good player Crosby compared to my team, the San Jose Sharks. It was their first ever time in the final round, and they lost.
I love that half the people here are watching from abroad, so they have no idea what you're even talking
Nobody
about.
knows what I'm talking about. All right, number 11, 2023. So this is recent memory. I was in Taiwan, China, or Taiwan Republic of China, or Taiwan. In the middle of the night, I was drinking rice wine. Woke up at 3:30 a.m. The Niners had a great season. They were in Philadelphia in the NFC Championship game,
what
or
game compared to
right
now?
around this time 1 year ago.
The first game or the second game?
This was their third playoff game. They beat that year.
Wait, we've been in the playoffs this whole time?
Yeah, no, this was last year. Last
I don't
season.
understand. So what's this? What are we
Shush!
No, what are we playing now? Is it the big
This is their playoffs now. That was last year. Now they're in the NFC Championship again. They've been in the NFC Championship when I was in the Republic of Georgia. They lost to LA. They've been in the NFC Championship when I was in the Republic of China, Taiwan, Taipei. They lost to Philadelphia. That's what I'm talking about. And they're in the NFC Championship again in the last 4 years now, which is amazing. The 49ers, they're going to play the winner of Detroit Lions and Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are playing in a couple hours.
So which game did they lose? We only have 2 playoff games before we go to Super Bowl. So which game are you talking about from last year?
Last year, they were in the last game to make it to the Super Bowl.
So they were in next week's game.
Yes.
Thank you.
The fucking guy, the big quarterback, someone hit his elbow, like really weirdly, he was throwing, and he fucking like broke his elbow. The whole thing snapped, like all the ligaments and everything. He's playing still, but like it took the whole team out of the game. They lost. It was just embarrassing. There was no coming back from it. I'm not even gonna say the dates. Whatever. 2021. I was in the Republic of Georgia. This was the NFC Championship right before the Ukraine-Russia war started. This was in January of 2021. I was in this old wooden house in Kutaisi, Georgia, in the middle of the night. And the fucking Los Angeles Rams hit a field goal to defeat my team, the San Francisco 49ers, to take them out of their chance to get to the Super Bowl.
That's incorrect. It was in the morning because it was European time zone.
I don't know when it was, but it doesn't matter. All right, I'm finishing this podcast because I want it to be over. All right. 2013, number 13 angry sports moment. 2019, the Golden State Warriors, who earlier in the series lost Kevin Durant to a crazy injury, who already was injured, and I was really angry about that because he's such a great player. And then in the middle of the game, they lost Klay Thompson right at the end of the game, who tore his knee in a million pieces, and he shot free throws. We were in Bali, Indonesia in the morning, 2019, and we were surrounded by Canadians. Everybody there was fucking Canadian. And we were Warriors. I'm a Warriors fan.
No, because there's not many Canadians involved.
It was so crazy. And it was game 6, and Canada took out my team.
Canada's
and
a
there was
country that's not.
Toronto Raptors is the name, but all of Canada was going for them, and it was just devastating. I was just like, fuck, injuries, and you can't blame just injuries, but it was just like, damn, we lost. All right, number 14, 2021, I was in Valencia, Spain. I watched every moment of this game except for one pitch where I had to run and go to the bathroom. And when I did that, they scored. And this was the 2021 Buster Posey, probably my favorite San Francisco Giants player ever, after Barry Bonds. My favorite player ever. It was his last run. It was one of the best Giants teams of all time. They had like 110 wins. In the first fucking round of the playoffs, they had to face their rival enemy, Los Angeles Dodgers, which had a great team. And it was a 5-game series. It went to 5 games. We were watching in Spain whenever it was on.
You're wearing your Niners shirt for this.
I'm wearing a Messi shirt because he's a champion. No sad feelings for Messi. All right, you just distracted me. All right, 2021. I was in Valencia, Spain. Todo bien, Valencia.
They lost.
San Francisco Giants with their best team, and the last time they had all their great players from all their World Series wins or championship wins. They had 3 championships in 2010, 2012, 2014, and this was the last run, 2021. This was their last run where they had an incredible season, and now they have fired that coach, and they're fucking done with everybody from that era. But this was their last chance.
Move everyone out of San Francisco.
That year, Atlanta Braves won the thing. They beat the Dodgers, which was nice in the next round. But my team lost in the first round versus the Dodgers, and it was just terrible. It just drove me crazy.
We're gonna get to church.
2016, here's the last story. 2016, San Francisco Giants lost to Chicago Cubs in the, I think, National League Championship round. National League, yeah.
Can I do your outro?
Maybe. All right, so we were at this bar in Portland, Oregon.
Why are we always at a bar?
Oh.
TV at our
Wait, let's review.
Oh, please.
My 15th most hated sports loss moment was at a bar in Portland, Oregon. 14th was in the morning in Valencia, or Sagunto, actually, Spain. 2019 was in Bali, Indonesia in the morning. 2021 was in the Republic of Georgia in a weird house. 2023 was in Taiwan, Taipei, in a weird apartment, tiny apartment. 2016 was in Portland, Oregon in my own apartment. San Francisco Giants, 2002, that was when I was living in San Jose, California. 1980s loss of the Chicago, 3 losses. That's when I was living in San Jose, California. 1980s loss. The Mike Tyson fight was in San Jose, California. I watched that live on my living room floor. I will remember that forever. 2012 Super Bowl loss was in Portland, Oregon. 2020 Super Bowl loss was in Manchester, England, and I broke that TV.
That's not the same day. The story doesn't collide together. Continue on.
2016 Warriors loss was in Portland, Oregon. 2013 Seahawks loss was in Portland, Oregon.
Also,
The New York Giants loss. Sorry, 2011 New York Giants loss was in New York. I watched that in Queens, New York, LaFrac, Queens. All right, last one. End of this podcast. While I drink a
the
Kingfisher.
Seattle one didn't bug you? The one where we were almost late and went to a bar because we were getting something that I really wanted that we cannot talk about on this channel, and then we were almost late, and then I wasn't paying attention because of the thing.
No, they won that.
Never mind, disregard.
That was an incredible win in Seattle, Washington. The
Seattle's
Golden
great.
State Warriors beat the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2015
Okay,
for their
sorry.
first ever NBA championship of my lifetime. I was more happy maybe than I've ever been in my life. Maybe that was a top
Okay.
10 moment.
Last one, we gotta go. We have to meet our friend to go to the beach.
Last one, 2016. I was in a bar in Portland, Oregon, a baseball and sports bar that I love. Claudia's. They have a million TVs.
I think it's still there. It's gotta be. It's like
It's an old bar from like the 40s or something, 20s, who knows? And they have a million.
20s?
It's an old bar.
I can't believe
Look
that
it
you
up.
spilled no
Alright,
water
it's-
from the
It has a TV on every NFL Sunday. They play, and a bunch of people are hanging out and drinking and having fun from 10 a.m. to nighttime watching the NFL games on the TV. It's a fucking amazing place in Southeast Oregon. Southeast Portland, Oregon. Sorry. And also, every single day, they play every baseball game on all the TVs during the baseball season when American football isn't on. It's incredible. They're a bunch of baseball fans, and they bet on the games, and I was just like, I couldn't believe it. I found this place, and I was just like, this place is incredible. I would order my whiskey shot and beer, and I would order wings. So we went there for this playoff match, 2016. Wait! And they were playing the Chicago Cubs, which I got respect for the Cubs because of my Aunt Trudy. I think she was still alive during this time. Yes, she saw this happen. And she grew up in Chicago. She was a big Cubs fan. And moved to San Francisco. She was also a Giants fan. My Polish Aunt Trudy, rest in peace. So we went to this place in Portland, Oregon, and lo and behold, it was a Chicago Cubs themed place of people from Chicago for some fucking reason that lived in Oregon. So I'm there with my Giants gear, and there's like 50 Cubs fans, and I'm just like, oh fuck. And then there's this hot chick that I knew from university that we went hiking with, some girl that was from Chicago.
It's not hot.
No. She was a Giants fan. She's not hot,
Rude.
but she is rude. She helped us in a crazy situation. That's a whole nother story. So she was there. She was the only other Giants fan. Damn.
I was doing my part at that situation.
Well, she made it so I didn't have to hike through the dark. I didn't want to fucking do
3
that.
months ago, Claudia's is now closed and will be given to new ownership.
Oh,
They are gutted, says the owner on Google.
that's fucked.
Oh, I think it'll be the same.
So it was the Giants' chance to get to another World Series, 2016 baseball, and they lost a decisive game to the Cubs.
It seems like the Giants have been well in a long time.
Giants haven't won since 2014, so it's been 10 years.
Warriors.
They had a chance in 2016. They had a chance in 2021. Warriors won in 2022. The Niners lost, and they should have won the Super Bowl in 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2023, I think.
Yeah.
Not 2022.
We gotta go, so let me do your outro.
2019? I don't fucking know. My American football team fucking had a chance to win the championship like every year. Like the past 15 years and couldn't fucking do it.
Not 15.
Past 10 years.
I was gonna say I'm calling
All right, 49ers should have won 2012,
Or Cake.
2013, 2014.
Those are all since they had CK and the other guy, Alex Smith. Oh, that isn't one of your top rants?
2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. So that's 7.
The game-
And now they're on, this is 2024. So that's 8 chances that they were one of the best teams, my American football team, in the last 12 years. 12,
That's not
8
your
out of
rant.
12
The
years.
day that we went to the fucking, goddamn it, the San Diego game and Colin Kaepernick.
No.
and
They were already
switched
knocked
him
out of the playoffs.
Yeah, but they switched him out and they switched him for Alex Smith or whatever. And they
No,
lost the
no,
game.
that was a different game. That was in New York, the New York Jets.
That was not when they were.
When we went to a match in Levi Stadium, a game,
That was-
they were already knocked out of the playoffs. I was already pissed.
But
2014,
they
I
made
think
that
that was.
bad call and they still could have won that game if they didn't switch Colin Kaepernick for Alex
They
Smith.
lost in overtime, yes. That was pretty bad in person, but I wasn't mad because it was the playoffs were not.
Alright, well we gotta go, so I'm gonna do the outro. If you like to watch more rants with Ray, because that's really what this is, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I will not always be here because I don't want to listen to rants from Ray, but you might. So follow along for more. Peace.